Okay, we're still in a dream. Fortunately, we barely made it out. We barely made it out of that river, but we're good.
Oh, I'm surprised you didn't shoot that animal for food too.
My stamina gauge, as you can see, is still pretty high. So
the rats get shot. Like.
I guess Pedro's a fan of goats.
Well, I don't have my guns with me right now, though, Teo. So
I'm pretty sure you can still beat them down.
It's like that scene in Nichijou where the principal just suplex a deer.
Okay. Who would win, Naked Snake or Cocaine Bear in CQC?
Cocaine Bear will just eat Big Boss.
But Dwibs, it's Big Boss after all, the legendary soldier.
It's Big Boss versus Bigger Bear on cocaine.
Yeah, that sounds like one of those weird matchups that really have no practicality in actually working, like the whole 1 billion lions versus the sun.
be careful, Teo. Like, you're a rat, and we have a cat in here, so I can set Shiro on you, so she'll hunt you. So be careful. All right, moving on.
Teo, Tom, and Jerry's a routine.
Yes, yes, but that would be funny. Like Shiro and Teo in the Tom and Jerry episode routine, and Shiro would be like, "Don't you believe it?"
Oh, see, Snake. Well, see, Snake, isn't this nice? You can finally relax with nature and have a glimpse at the entirety surrounding you.
Maybe
and work on
Observe the naked snake in its natural habitat.
Maybe after war, Snake can become a documentarist. You know, you never know.
He just needs to work on his depth perception.
Alright, made it.
Nice single-action revolver. I forget if this is affected by which weapon you have equipped.
No. Oh, there you go.
Snake has only this weapon.
This is the weapon that we found for ourselves. While going, so.
Well, no. Actually, I think the boss stuffed it down the back of his pants earlier. Remember that cutscene?
Sure.
Oh,
surprise!
She nearly took his head off with that motorcycle.
All for the sake of a bullet.
If I was editing this, I would have put in a bit where you hit off screen. You hit Snake's head. He goes, "Gah!" And then put in the Snake is dead. Game over. Screen.
Oh, you're Tatiana, are you?
I guess we're doing this roleplay, eh?
Here's your equipment.
Eva, you could use a towel.
All right, if you're Tatiana, can I be on the top?
Nice.
Damn.
Now we're eating the snakes.
No, actually that's a fish. Well, the snake is actually
No, look,
next.
right there.
No, yeah, right now, but the one that he had before was a fish.
Whoa. Okay.
Okay,
Eva,
now we know why.
Want some?
So Eva, you're in your lingerie. I'm still wearing my trousers and stuff. So okay.
Hold on, this dialogue.
She wants something else for dinner.
Hold on.
In my training, we always got the good stuff. French, Italian.
Aren't you freezing?
The bonfire will help.
The least you could do is call me Cynthia.
I don't know. You don't look like your Gen 4 material.
Spy on your own country.
I mean, Gen 4 material's not really that
Can't say it feels good.
great anyway, so there's no loss.
But Cynthia was legit the best thing to come out of Gen 4.
I mean, I'd argue that
Whoa,
So she's the snake eater.
Oh god, she's coming for him. Oh, here she comes.
So that's not snake eater meant.
Again, Shiro, that embarrassment is genuine because Kojima switched the mocap actors.
Yeah.
He switched the mocap actors to this. So he actually had big bosses. apt
Tio's
to
just
do that
fucking with the
mocap.
actors the entire time as well.
Well, Shiroi, it's a trick that has been great to work. Remember what Monty Python did in Life of Brian, where during the biggest dick scene, they didn't tell the extras anything about the script. They just told them, if you laugh, you'll not get paid. That way, they knew they would get genuine reactions from the extras, just trying their hardest not to laugh. You know, and it made the scene all the better.
I mean, there was a gag in Only Fools and Horses where the chandelier drops from the roof onto the floor when they were meant to catch it, and the director flat out told one of the actors, "If you laugh just once, I will fire you."
Lady, he lost his eye there. I'm not sure it's sanitary to lick in that area.
Hey, some people find amputees hot.
Shall we seal the
Even
deal?
the fire's well.
Okay, yes. Oh, okay, the fire has spoken. You know what to do.
I'm sorry, I'm not in the mood.
This is workplace misconduct.
Yes, Big Boss, and I think Big Boss is kind of like the 11th Doctor. He's probably one of the most asexual characters I've ever seen.
No. Big Boss.
Oh, he is not.
Asexual is not any of them. That man is.
No, Big Boss is not asexual at all.
Right.
I can assure you that, Dwebs.
Solid Snake, maybe.
Oh, no. Even Solid Snake has a thing for girls. Don't forget,
There you
the
go.
man has a crush on Samus.
There you go, Shiroi. Now you're seeing the more iconic look for Big Boss, the outfit, and combined with the eye patch. So, Shiroi, what do you think? Do you think you could potentially do a cosplay of our Big Boss character here?
Tell me about it.
I'd be the tiniest one.
Don't talk to me or my son ever again.
Well, what do you think?
Oh, that's cute.
Okay, maybe you could be paramedic, maybe?
Okay. Here's the
I think
thing.
it'd be hilarious if I cosplayed Snake.
Yes, no, that would be perfect. But here's the thing, Dwibs. Snake is absolutely into Eva. It's just more of a thing of, we'll do it after the mission's over.
Don't worry, Dwebs. Remember, Dwebs. Remember this. This is a reverse of the Bond girl dynamic. Instead of being the Bond girl making herself hard to get, it's Snake who's playing hard to get.
Fuel tanks. In order to destroy the hangar, you'll have to set explosives on each of those tanks.
Okay, let's just say, in a way, those two definitely get together. Metal Gear Solid 4 players will know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Not just that, but let's just say Big Boss after this game, his life, let's just say his life completely changes,
The timer reaches
and for good reason.
all go
Nothing
off.
would
Yeah.
be the same
Yeah.
after this.
And remember, this is the guy who, as we know from Metal Gear 2, is raising child soldiers. So yeah, as you can imagine, forgot the Big Boss saga, we're going to see a lot of shit go down that changes this guy's views on things.
Although, one thing I do like about him is, again, up until a certain point, and arguably even past that point, one iconic thing about him is that he still does keep a, relatively speaking, upbeat and optimistic attitude. In a way, it's reflected even later in Metal Gear Solid 5, where he still does that iconic binoculars thing with the smile and everything.
Yep.
The ladder at the end. You'll come out inside Groznygrad, just southwest of the weapons lab.
And again, I think it really speaks to just how tough he is, because most people probably would have cracked under the pressure at this
Do you
point.
remember when you went to rescue Sokolov? Remember there was a locked door when you entered the main wing from the second floor of the
I do, yes.
Yeah.
That's the entrance to the Shagohod's hangar.
Yeah, by the way, have fun rescuing Sokolov now that his two legs are shot.
Use this key to
Thankfully
open the
not
door.
disabled, but
The door.
yeah, still not going to be comfortable for him to walk for a bit.
What about you?
I'll get things ready for our escape. There's a rail bridge to the north. I'm gonna set a bomb there, so I'm taking half of the C3 with me.
Right. I'll set off the weapons lab then. Try not to be in the neighborhood when it happens.
Gotcha.
And watch out for Ocelot. He suspects you're not who you say you are.
Don't worry. The Colonel still trusts me. And I have my ways. There's not a man alive who can resist my charms. Besides you, of course.
Just warning you, Eva. That's all.
Yeah, I'm not into that.
Let's go.
Oh, he is, actually, like Joe just said. Trust me, Dwebs, he is. He's just, again, remember this, playing hard to get. Think Bond girl, except it's Bond who's playing hard to get for once.
I will say this, though.
To me, I won't say he's quite like James Bond. James Bond will try and do the mission and bonk women at the same time. The Snake lineage will probably do the mission first, then bonk.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, exactly.
That's why Kojima reverses the dynamic, where she's the one who's being assertive over Snake. So
They kind of implied that Snake was going to do the business with Mira after the events of Metal Gear Solid 1 anyway, so...
What's your name?
Like father, like son.
No. Your real name.
What's wrong with Tanya?
Bob.
Okay, Tanya. Don't let anyone see you.
Oh, this? It's a button camera.
Where's the button camera placed, though?
What do that for?
Insurance. To make sure you don't double-cross me.
I love the dynamic between these two.
Hey,
What?
you're gonna get wet again.
But that's half the fun!
Snake, she's trying to turn you on at every second. She's gonna love getting wet just for you.
This girl is thirsty as fuck.
Also, I forgot if it was an optional cutscenes or not, because I distinctly remember there was a scene where Eva has to fix, like, Snake's, like a contusion or something that he has near the bonfire. But maybe it happens if you haven't healed or something, I don't know.
I'm guessing so, because I have healed myself as soon as I could, so...
Damn it, I was about to say, I wish it was me joke.
Alright, there you go. All your scars and stuff, aside from your eye, are taken care of. So you're good to go.
Indeed.
For round 2.
Let's just say Shiro at the end...
Last of Ocelot bullshit.
Let's just say Shiro at the ending of this game is... regarded immensely by gamers for a good reason, as you'll see when we get to it. But yeah, for now, like Joe was, yeah, by defeating the Tsar, we got his camouflage spirit.
And what does Spirit do? It gives you that pretty little color there.
Not just that, it also works on plenty of different places, actually. Basically, whenever you're in some kind of, like, for example, it works really well indoors, for example.
And you notice it has a very high, well, relatively high camo setting, essentially.
Mm-hmm. In fact, let's go with that.
To show how much we have learned, how far we have come, and how much we shall ascend.
Indeed.
So are you just gonna play with that vampire bat in your pocket, Snake?
Yeah, what about it?
I mean, do something with it. Either set it free or eat it.
Vampire bats are not good for you, so you're better off just disposing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wonder if they...
I'll just send you downriver.
I wonder if they teetered that mechanic because Snake doesn't like bats, or if they wanted... Because, you know, vampire bats aren't even really poisonous. For the most part.
I'm looking for... I'm not sure if I'm looking forward to MGS4 or not, because whenever I do, like, a Snake impression, I gotta do it the older one.
Well...
That wrecked David Hayter's throat.
I will argue it's like you already did Snake in our MG 1 and 2 playthroughs. It's like making the voice a bit raspier shouldn't be too much of a jump.
Yeah, like, honestly, I feel like Hater did pretty just fine doing an older Snake in Metal Gear Solid 4. And also Peace Walker, but that's a different context.
Well, for Peace Walker, he just uses usual Snake voice again. Like
okay. I'd argue it's a Snake voice that sounds gruffer. Again, given the context of Peace Walker,
sure.
You get why.
Alright, so let's get all our stuff here. All of our weapons properly done. And yes, we got ourselves a sniper, and we got ourselves a sniper rifle. So that should be fun. And here's a vampire bat, like we said. Let's dispose of it. Yeah, and yeah, because of all the thing, we lost all the stuff that we had in our cage. So, no animals to eat right now. How will I recover my stamina? Fortunately, my stamina gauge has been refilled thanks to Eva's care.
And the snake we ate.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Here's the Go on.
I hope Snake makes sure to sanitize these animals before eating them.
Well, if they're actually cooked, there's already, you know, a good step down on that.
That is a good point.
Sometimes though, when you're like in the middle, like a fortress, and you really need to eat, like you can afford that luxury. So, all right, let's continue then. All right, nothing here. And we're also up. We have all the styptics we can have. So moving on. Yeah, the game will actually give you quite a lot of items here because there's something else coming up.
We're actually relatively close to the end of the game, by the way.
And what a journey it has been.
All
Maybe
right.
the real submission was the snakes we ate along the way.
Ooh, a new cardboard box.
Indeed.
All right, let's see.
Press the box. Treat it like family.
Yep, basically. Okay, let's take out the bug juice. Cardboard box B.
You know, again, I'm surprised nobody in all the schools of military techniques managed to recapture the magic.
So just a reminder, here's cardboard box A.
Naked Snake's original maneuver, the cardboard box. Maybe that is why the maneuver works, because it hasn't been passed down.
And here's cardboard box
Except
B.
genetically.
Oh, there's the communist star.
Surprisingly, as far as I can remember, there's no Zone of the Enders cardboard box in this one.
Alas.
Was Zone of the Enders still a thing around the time of this game?
Absolutely, Jova. It dominated, well, not, you know, super popular, you know, it was throughout the PS2 era. So, I think at this point, the second game had been released already.
Why there? I guess Kojima wasn't in as much of a Zone of the Enders mood this time?
While he did not work on those games, he was still relatively a fan of it, and later on...
He was a producer on those as well.
He was supposed to actually have a third game being done, but the timing unfortunately worked not in his
Well, remember, like, the Zone of the Enders games were made by Kojima Productions, so obviously he would be a producer on that regardless.
Now, the latest game we've gotten Zone of Enders wise is 2018, though.
That's a re-release, Joe.
Not the second game. Surprisingly, no re-release of the first game to go along with it.
No,
I mean, I get that
Zone of the Enders the second runner.
I mean,
actually.
Yeah, that's the second one.
That's a re-release,
That's the second one. So I mean, I get that the first game, let's face it, doesn't hold up well, but I still think it would be nice to re-release that one as well.
The second does recap the events, so people can still potentially be caught up. But yeah, it would be nice if actually released it. As for the GBA spin-off, that I actually do know, I'm not entirely sure because the plot is technically fine. But a couple of the elements are very outdated.
Yeah, I've mentioned this before, but it's been a while, and might as well. A fun reminder that the writer and director of the first Zone of the Enders is the creator of Total Trek, and he's still at Konami to this day. He's the current producer of the Metal Gear series, so he's the producer of Metal Gear Solid Delta. So
it's funny because Dr. Trek essentially feels like it's trying to be both Layton and Metal Gear.
Noriyuki Kamura actually was also the producer of Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops. So the guy has actually worked with Metal Gear before. So
if I'm remembering,
I'm imagining. Now you got me imagining Professor Layton dressed up as Solid Snake.
Okay, so if I'm recalling correctly,
don't wear the hat.
Zone of the Enders is essentially, again, not counting remasters, re-releases, or whatnot, Zone of the Enders really has only like 2 games to its name.
Yeah, there's a GBA game, but it's more of a spin-off than anything, I think.
like I said, it's technically fine for the boss fight in terms of story and gameplay, but some of the plot elements have very outdated stereotypes that I think, you know, or at least could be reworked out.
Question: does at least the second game end on a good enough note, or is it, you know?
Okay, technically yes, but it still leaves things open because it's more of a case of this has been happening in a small place of this bigger universe, so it's not like it's the definitive end of everything.
So is it like, say, you know, a Mega Man Legends 2 thing where, oh, technically things are fine, but there is this thing that you feel we should really take care of? Or is it sort of a case like where, okay, no, you can definitely tell that they were definitely setting up something, and it feels incomplete?
A bit of everything, Jova, because again, technically speaking, it's the first game that ends unfinished, because the spoiler alert, but the final boss fight ends with the final boss running away and you not being able to defeat it. You have to finish the job in the second game.
Okay. So, at least it does that, but I guess I see what you mean. Like, well, with the first game, it sounds like they were definitely banking on a sequel.
So it's not. So it's kind of like how, the boss Labyrinth Zone. Like, well, if you're playing on the American version, because like Red Hot Sonic said in his video of the 50 Hz versus 60 Hz thing of those games, it's actually relatively easy to land 8 hits on Eggman at the end of Labyrinth Zone if you're playing the PAL copy, because thanks to the extra reaction times and the slower nature of the game, it's much easier to catch up to Eggman in that boss. But yeah, trying to do that in the US version, yeah, you're gonna have a hard time doing that. And since since the Christian Whitehead remake was based on the US version, yeah, like you're gonna have to go back to the old ROM in order to do that again.
If anything, it's even tougher because with Christian Whitehead's remaster, the frame rate's even smoother, which has certain things move faster than
the special stages. Yeah. Released. Well, remember the special stages. The special stages in Sonic games ran at a lower frame rate because they were basically pushing the Mega Drive to its freaking limit. But now with more powerful hardware, of course, you know, even phones can run that shit no problem.
It also causes the spikes in the Mystic Cave Zone boss to move a lot quicker than they did in the original game.
Alright. There you go. Alright, as usual, we can disguise ourselves as a scientist so we can safely roam around here. Again, remember,
Dr. Snake is ready again.
Yes, Dr. Snake is in the house again. Alright,
Doctor,
scientist.
Why do you seem to be missing an eye?
It's the risk of a job.
It's a personal thing.
Understood.
I had an accident. Yeah, I was doing an operation, but unfortunately, someone distracted me, and the scalpel I was holding just went right into my eye.
You will be surprised how a lot of people that work in the medical sector are conscious about the risk of doing hazardous stuff, and yet they still do it anyway. You know, like smoking and drinking.
So yeah,
right. Responsibly, that's what I mean.
Yes, I remember when we shoved Rykov into that.
Yeah, Rykov is since. Well, I guess we'll never know. All right, so here we are, and this time, we can get this door. There we are.
There it is.
Not now.
Oh. Snake, I see you've managed to sneak into the hangar.
Hello.
The Shagohod's in here.
The completed Phase 2 Shagohod
just as ridiculous as it was described to be.
We can't allow it to be mass-produced. You've got to destroy it.
Eva's got the data on the Shagohod. Do you think that's safe?
Well, I wouldn't exactly say it's safe, but Khrushchev is a shrewd leader. Can't imagine he'd use it for anything other than deterrence. Volgin, however, is a different story.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust Volgin with a fucking petard. So
basically, Khrushchev is the better alternative.
That says something, doesn't it?
Exactly. For now, just focus on destroying.
For now, let's just destroy the Shagohod, one thing at a time.
I'll let Sigint fill you in on how to destroy it. Yo,
Like Eva was saying,
Yo.
if you're looking to blow the whole place sky high, the best way is to take out those liquid fuel tanks with the C3.
Yeah, even Sokolov told us about it.
You know there's 4 tanks in there, right? You have to put C3 on all 4 of them. To plan a C3 charge, all you gotta do is equip the C3 and press the weapon button while standing in front of a tank.
Just like TNT.
But make sure you don't plant it in the wrong place. You barely got enough C3 as it is, right?
Good point. I'll make sure not to plant it anywhere else.
Yeah, it's like that boss
Good,
in Mega Man
And
2
be careful.
where you can only
Liquid
use
fuel has a
the
nasty
Mega
habit
Bomb,
of
I think
going
it's
off at
called,
the
the
slightest
special
shock.
weapon.
So
You
don't
have
go
limited
using any heavy
uses.
firepower near the tanks unless you're aiming to get yourself barbecued.
I'll keep that in mind.
The C3 charges all have to go off at once if you want to bring down the hangar in one fell swoop. So if I were you, I'd wait until after you plant the last charge to start the timer mechanism.
All right. I'll make sure I finish planting all 4 charges before I start the timer.
Once the timer's set, you've got 20 minutes until
Good
it explodes,
boy, Snake.
right? So make sure you get your ass out of that place by then. I think that's about all I've got. The rest is up to you. Good luck, pal.
We're counting on you, Snake.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I don't know. Something about that name feels really off. I'm thinking
Which
about
one?
changing it soon.
Yes.
Snake.
well, I don't know. Like, you're Snake, you're going up against the boss, but if you were to beat the boss, I guess that would
Then I
make
become
you
the boss.
Mega boss.
Nah,
How
no.
about Titanic
We gotta
boss?
work.
You know, allow me, Jova. You know, Jova, whatever name we have to give him, it has to be big. It has to be, Hold on, guys. I got it. Big Boss.
Nah, that would never work.
That will never catch on. How about Enormous Executive?
Or incredible institution.
Senator Armstrong?
I'm pretty sure it's taken.
What do you think, Shiroi? What?
Maybe. Wait, I got it. He has made a solid breakthrough. We'll call him Solid Snake.
Nah, that name is also taken.
Damn it.
Right.
That's a shit name anyway.
Hey, for all you know, that name may eventually be the greatest measure to your legacy in the future.
That's
Yeah, sure. Yeah, and maybe gears will fly.
Alright, so let's ask something about C3 before we use it.
It's composed of 77% RDX and 23% moldable plastic.
RDX.
Like Eva was saying, you can mold it into different shapes like clay. C3 is less volatile than TNT, so a little heat or shock won't be enough to set it off. It's extremely easy to handle and highly effective.
Whoa.
Looks like Eva set up the detonators with a special timer mechanism.
Yeah. She made it so that when the timer hits 0, all 4 charges will detonate at the same time.
Did she now? Then you better wait until you plant all 4 charges on the liquid fuel tanks before you start the timer. And remember, you only have enough C3 to do the job. Don't go sticking that stuff anywhere but the liquid fuel tanks in the hangar. Got it?
Got it.
What are you implying?
Cut the bug.
Ooh, what is this? Oh.
I can imagine if
No,
he
it
will
is
play
not
the game,
what-
he will plant the C3 immediately under his feet right now.
Oh,
Also,
what does this button say?
No.
Emergency override detonation. Beep.
God damn it.
don't mistake it for rectal lotion, okay?
This is why we don't make the buttons red.
Sure. Yeah,
To eat
because
food, press the start button to enter the
I
Uh,
can't see red. I see
Paramedic,
too much blood.
it's a
I've grown
bit
numb to
late.
it.
Select the
for
food
that,
you want to eat and press the enter button. Select eat and you will eat the
Like,
selected
we appreciate, but
I know
food.
this
Kinda near the
already.
end of the game, you know.
Stamina, but the extent of recovery depends on what you eat. When your stamina is down only slightly, you should save your tastier morsels for later. But don't leave food for too long or it'll rot. This is where a little planning ahead goes a long way.
Indeed.
We'll just put it in the fridge. Oh, yeah.
I'm afraid...
Where are you getting a fridge?
Yeah, exactly. I'm afraid that doesn't work when you're in the middle of the fucking jungle. Anyway...
Really doesn't.
Maybe if we were out Shadow Moses, that would have worked.
All right. So what do you have for us today?
Snake, have you ever seen the Guns of Navarone?
Oh yes, it's a movie about World War
It's about a
II.
mission to blow up the huge guns on the island of Navarone during World War II.
It talks about a lesser-known
6
side
men are
of World
chosen
War
to
II,
participate in
the Greek
operation,
front.
each with his own special ability. They only have until an English destroyer passes by the island to complete their mission. Facing impossible odds, the 6 men have to sneak onto the island from a cliff on the southern shore.
It's a very good movie. Very recommended.
I watch in my free time.
Maybe not for you, but the Major was absolutely crazy about it.
The Major.
I was
Of
not.
course would be.
It was.
Tell him I'll go see it as soon as I get back to the States.
Do you want to tell him yourself?
No, let's save that for
Yeah, let's. We've been down that road. Let's not do that.
Zero budget.
Yeah,
Wanker,
Been down
what's all
that road
this then?
before. Already.
It's like, are you dissing another one of my favorite movies, pal?
You need to just stop talking about movies with each other. It's stressing you both out.
Well, what if, Shiroi? It's the one thing keeping them sane.
Yeah, that's the ironic part, Shiro. Supposedly, this talk about movies to keep him, sane with, some nice lighthearted banter. So,
Well, we'll see what comes in the next part, shall we?
see you then.
Yeah.